Hello from Mindset Daily, wishing you a day full of health, peace, and happiness. Thank you for watching the Mindset Daily channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe to support us. Thank you so much.
What if life didn't respond to what you wanted, but only to what you committed to? What if true excellence was shaped not under the spotlight, but in the quiet shadows of your daily habits? And what if becoming just 1% better each day could transform your entire future? Life doesn't respond to what we wish for. It responds to what we consistently do, day after day, when no one is watching. That's where excellence is born. Imagine improving just 1% each day for a year. At first, it may seem insignificant because the results aren't immediate. But that's the miracle of compound improvement. A small daily gain of 1% doesn't make you 365% better by year's end. It makes you 37 times better. That's the power of consistency. I learned early that success is simply a few disciplines practiced daily, while failure is just a few errors in judgment repeated over time. The weight of these choices eventually leads us toward fortune or failure. Some of you might wonder, Jim, this sounds great in theory, but how do I actually master daily excellence? Here's the truth. Excellence isn't perfection. Excellence is progress. It's showing up every day with the intention to be better than yesterday. And this begins with your philosophy. Your personal philosophy is the North Star guiding every decision, shaping how you spend time, where you focus energy, and ultimately, how you live your life. Most people never stop to build their own philosophy. They drift, piecing together fragments from others, never establishing a solid foundation. Ask yourself, what do I truly value? What kind of person do I want to become? What contribution do I want to leave in this world? Your answers form the bedrock of your personal philosophy, and your daily excellence will flow naturally from those deeper truths. Once you've clarified your philosophy, the next step is to set what I call non-negotiable standards. These are the lines you never cross, the promises you keep to yourself no matter what. It could be reading 30 minutes every morning, exercising 5 days a week, or calling a loved one every Sunday. These small commitments become the backbone of your character. Character isn't built in grand moments. It's shaped in the quiet choices you make when no one is watching. It's choosing to do the right thing, the excellent thing, even when it feels inconvenient. That's why I often say, the book you don't read won't help you. The workout you skip won't strengthen you. The kindness you withhold won't deepen your relationships. I'll never forget the lesson my mentor Earl Shoaff gave me when I was a young man struggling to make ends meet. He told me, Jim, success is not something you pursue. Success is something you attract by the person you become. Those words hit me like a lightning bolt. I realized my daily habits weren't just routines, they were shaping my future self. So I began asking better questions. Instead of how can I make more money, I asked, how can I become more valuable? Instead of how can I find the perfect relationship, I asked, how can I become the kind of person who attracts one? That's what I want you to understand. Mastering daily excellence isn't about what you get, it's about who you become. Now let's look at the components of daily excellence. I've identified 7 key areas where mastery leads to an extraordinary life. The first is the mastery of time. Time is the great equalizer. We all have the same 24 hours each day. The difference lies in how we invest them. And that word matters. Invest, not spend. When you spend time, it's gone. When you invest it, it multiplies. Begin each day asking yourself, what is the most valuable use of my time right now? Not what's easiest or most urgent, but what's truly valuable. This single question can transform your productivity. And remember, don't major in minor things. Too many people stay busy without being productive. They confuse activity with accomplishment. Excellence requires discernment, knowing what deserves your time and what doesn't. The second component is the mastery of your mind. Think of your mind as a garden. You can nurture it by planting seeds of positivity, curiosity, and growth, or you can neglect it and let the weeds take over. What you feed your mind matters greatly. I've been an avid reader all my life. Books have been my mentors, my teachers, my companions. For just a few dollars, you can gain the wisdom of people who spent decades mastering their craft. It's one of the best bargains in the world. Yet most people hesitate to invest in their minds. They'll spend $30 on dinner without blinking, but resist spending $20 on a book that could change their life. Begin with just 30 minutes of reading each day. That adds up to about 1 book a month, 12 books a year. In 10 years, you'll have read 120 books. Can you imagine how different your life would be after absorbing the wisdom of 120 well-chosen books? I guarantee it would change dramatically. But reading alone isn't enough. You must also master your self-talk. The conversations you have with yourself are the most important conversations you'll ever experience. When you make a mistake, what do you tell yourself? When you face a challenge, what's your inner dialogue? Excellence requires becoming your own best encourager, not your harshest critic. Be tough, but fair with yourself. Admit mistakes, learn from them, and move forward with determination. Don't let a single failure define you. As I often say, failure is not a person, it's an event. The third component of daily excellence is mastering your emotions. Emotions are powerful forces, but they make better servants than masters. Too often, people let emotions drive their decisions, and then wonder why life feels out of control. Emotional mastery doesn't mean suppressing feelings. It means acknowledging them, understanding them, and then choosing your response rather than reacting impulsively. This is the essence of emotional intelligence. One practice I recommend is pausing before responding in emotionally charged moments. Ask yourself, will this response move me closer to what I want or push me further away? That simple pause can prevent countless regrets. Another essential practice is gratitude. Gratitude is the antidote to envy, resentment, and self-pity. Each morning, identify 3 things you're grateful for. They don't need to be extraordinary. The warmth of sunlight, a kind word from a friend, or the comfort of your bed. Over time, this habit trains your mind to notice the good in your life, and what you focus on expands. The fourth area is mastering your health. Your body is the vehicle that carries you through life. If that vehicle breaks down, no matter how great your destination, you won't reach it. Excellence in health isn't about looking like a magazine model. It's about building energy, vitality, and longevity through consistent, sustainable habits. It's about respecting the body you've been given and treating it as the priceless resource it is. Begin with the fundamentals. Move your body daily. Eat foods that nourish instead of deplete. Drink plenty of water, and make sleep a priority. These basics alone will put you ahead of most people. And remember, health is not only physical, it's also mental and emotional. Stress management is one of the most crucial skills in today's world. Discover what helps you relax and recharge. It might be meditation, time in nature, playing with your children or pets, or simply getting lost in music. Build these practices into your daily life. The fifth component is mastering your finances. Money isn't the most important thing, but it influences nearly everything that is. Your ability to provide for your family, support causes you care about, pursue education, travel, and enjoy peace of mind all depend on your financial health. Financial excellence begins with a simple principle. Spend less than you earn and invest the difference. As basic as it sounds, many never grasp it. They earn $1,000, spend $1,100, and wonder why they're always struggling. I recommend the 70-30th rule. After taxes, live on 70% of your income and divide the remaining 30% between giving, saving, and investing. Even if you start with just 1% in each category, you're building the pattern of financial responsibility. Also, focus on increasing your value in the marketplace. Your income seldom exceeds your level of personal development. Want to earn more? Become more. Develop skills that solve real problems for others. The marketplace rewards value, and it's always fair. If you want more money, provide more value. The sixth area is mastering relationships. No level of success can compensate for failure at home. Relationships are the true measure of wealth. You can be financially rich yet relationally bankrupt, and you won't feel successful. Excellence in relationships requires presence, not just proximity. It's about being fully engaged with the people you love, not just physically there while your mind drifts elsewhere. Put down the phone, make eye contact, and listen to understand rather than simply to reply. And remember, strong relationships don't happen by accident. They require intention and consistent investment. Schedule time with the important people in your life just as you would for a critical business meeting. Because truly, what meeting could matter more than connecting with your spouse, your children, or your closest friends? And remember this, in relationships, you often get what you give. Want more understanding? Be more understanding. Want more appreciation? Show more appreciation. The echo you hear in the canyon of your relationships is your own voice coming back to you. The seventh and final component is mastering contribution. A life of excellence is ultimately a life of service. True fulfillment doesn't come from what we accumulate, but from how we contribute to others. Ask yourself, how can I add value wherever I go? How can I leave people and places better than I found them? With this mindset, opportunities for excellence multiply. Contribution doesn't have to be grand. It can be a sincere compliment, a word of encouragement, or mentoring someone who can benefit from your experience. These small, consistent acts of service build a legacy of excellence that outlives any material success. But let's be clear, the path of daily excellence isn't always smooth. You will face resistance, both external and internal. There will be days when motivation fades, when obstacles seem overwhelming, and when others question your commitment to higher standards. In those difficult moments, remember this: motivation follows action, not the other way around. Don't wait until you feel like doing something. Take action first, and the feeling will follow. This is the secret of successful people. They do what must be done, whether they feel like it or not. Also, recognize that resistance is normal. In fact, it's necessary. Just as physical muscles grow through resistance, your character is forged through challenges. The obstacles aren't blocking your path, they are your path. One powerful practice in tough times is to reconnect with your why. Why did you choose this path of excellence? Why does it matter so deeply to you? Your reasons must be strong enough to pull you forward when the struggle feels heavy. For some, the why is family, creating a better life for their children or setting an example of what's possible. For others, it's personal growth, becoming the best version of themselves. And for many, it's about making a difference in the world, leaving it better than they found it. Whatever your why, keep it front and center. Write it down. Visualize it often. Feel the emotion behind your why. It's the fuel that keeps you moving toward excellence while others settle for mediocrity. Now, let's turn to another critical aspect of mastering daily excellence: the power of environment. You're deeply shaped by the people you spend time with, the information you consume, and the spaces you occupy. As I often say, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Look closely at your inner circle. Are they lifting you higher or dragging you down? Do they challenge you to grow or make it easy to stay comfortable? Excellence is contagious, but so is mediocrity. Choose your company wisely. Be intentional with your information diet as well. Today, we're flooded with content built to grab attention, not improve lives. News thrives on fear and outrage. Social media is engineered for addiction. Much of it stirs negative emotions without offering solutions. So curate what enters your mind. Seek out information that educates, inspires, and equips you for excellence. Limit exposure to anything that leaves you drained, fearful, or inadequate. Your physical environment matters, too. Order and beauty in your surroundings support clarity and strength in your thinking. Take time to organize your workspace, declutter your home, and create spaces that energize you. And here's something most personal development teachers rarely say: excellence sometimes requires seasons of imbalance. There will be times when you must focus intensely on one area of life, temporarily giving less attention to others. When you're launching a business, you may need to work longer hours for a season. When you have a newborn, sleep becomes scarce and your workouts may simplify. When caring for an aging parent, other priorities may shift. The key is recognizing these as temporary seasons, not permanent states. Lifelong excellence involves rhythms of focus and recovery, not constant intensity in every area at once. Give yourself grace during these times, but don't let temporary imbalance turn into a lasting excuse. Another essential element of mastering daily excellence is the art of reflection. Without reflection, experience is just experience, not growth, not learning, just time passing. That's why I recommend bookending your days with reflection. In the morning, set your intentions. Ask yourself, what would make this day excellent? What are my highest priorities? How do I want to show up today? In the evening, review your execution. What went well? What could have gone better? What did I learn? This simple practice turns ordinary days into extraordinary growth. It helps you spot patterns, refine your approach, and realign with your values when you drift off course. I also encourage deeper reflection at regular intervals, quarterly or annually. Step back and look at the bigger picture. Are you moving toward your larger goals? Are your daily habits aligned with your long-term vision? These check-ins ensure you don't spend years climbing the ladder of success only to discover it's leaning against the wrong wall. Now let's talk about an often overlooked aspect of excellence: the power of incremental improvement. In today's culture of instant gratification, we've lost respect for small, steady steps forward. We crave overnight success, dramatic change, quantum leaps. But true excellence doesn't work that way. It's built through incremental gains that compound over time. If you improve just 1% each day, by the end of a year, you'll be 37 times better. Not 365%, 37 times. That's the miracle of compound growth. So don't despise small beginnings. If you can only exercise for 10 minutes today, then do those 10 minutes. If you can only save $10 this week, save it. If you can only read 5 pages, read them. Excellence isn't about dramatic gestures. It's about consistent, incremental improvement. And remember, excellence isn't a final destination. It's a direction. You'll never arrive at excellence and stop growing. There will always be new challenges, higher standards, greater opportunities. The mastery of daily excellence is a lifelong journey, not a single achievement. This perspective takes the pressure off perfection. You don't need to be flawless today. You only need to be better than yesterday. Progress, not perfection, is the goal. And I know some of you may be thinking, Jim, this all sounds great, but I've tried to change before and it didn't last. So what makes this time different? That's a fair question. Most people have a graveyard of abandoned New Year's resolutions and forgotten goals. They start with enthusiasm, but lose momentum when results don't come quickly or when the initial excitement fades. The difference lies in the approach. Most try to change everything at once. They overhaul their lives in a burst of motivation, only to burn out when willpower runs dry. Instead, focus on shaping your identity, not just your actions. See yourself as someone who embodies excellence. Rather than saying, I want to exercise more, say, I am becoming someone who values physical well-being. Instead of, I need to save money, affirm, I am a responsible steward of my resources. When excellence becomes part of your identity, consistent action follows naturally. It's no longer about forcing yourself. It's about expressing who you are. Another key is to build systems that support success. Willpower is limited, but systems can carry you through low motivation days. Want to read more? Keep books visible around your home. Want to eat healthier? Stock your kitchen with nourishing foods and remove temptations. Want to exercise regularly? Lay out your workout clothes the night before. Design your environment so excellence becomes the path of least resistance. Another powerful strategy is using triggers. Connect new habits to existing ones. For example, after I pour my morning coffee, I'll read for 15 minutes. Or, after I brush my teeth at night, I'll write down 3 things I'm grateful for. These triggers act as automatic cues, reducing the need for constant decision-making. Never underestimate the power of accountability. Share your commitment to excellence with someone who will both support you and hold you to your word. Check in regularly, celebrate progress together, and work through obstacles. We are social beings, and the right accountability can multiply your effectiveness. Now, let me highlight something that may surprise you. Excellence requires rest. In today's hustle culture, busyness is worn like a badge of honor. People brag about how little they sleep, how many hours they work, and how full their calendars are. But true excellence follows the rhythm of work and recovery. Just as athletes build muscle, not during training, but in the rest that follows, your greatest insights and renewal come in times of rest. Schedule regular recovery intervals, daily quiet time, weekly recreation, annual vacations. These are not luxuries. They are necessities for sustained excellence. Some of your best thinking will emerge not when you're striving, but when you're still. And for those who think, this sounds selfish, focusing so much on my own excellence. Here's the truth. Your personal excellence is one of the greatest gifts you can offer others. When you operate at your best, you inspire those around you to do the same. When you care for your health, you have more energy to serve. When you master your finances, you're able to be more generous. When you develop your skills, you gain the ability to solve bigger problems for more people. Excellence isn't selfish, it's responsible. It's about maximizing the gifts you've been given so you can make your greatest contribution to the world. Now, let me share what I believe is the ultimate secret to mastering daily excellence. Falling in love with the process, not just the results. Results matter, of course. They provide feedback and motivation. But if your focus is only on outcomes, you'll miss the deeper reward of excellence, the person you become along the way. Learn to enjoy the daily disciplines themselves. Find quiet satisfaction in keeping promises to yourself. Savor the sense of growth that comes from doing what is difficult but worthwhile. When you fall in love with the process, consistency stops feeling like a struggle and starts feeling like a privilege. And as you commit to this way of living, you'll begin to experience what I call the compound effect of consistency. Small disciplines, repeated faithfully over time, create extraordinary results that far exceed their humble beginnings. Think of it this way. If you save just $100 a month starting at age 25 with a modest 8% return, by 65 you'll have over $500,000. The individual action feels small. It's only $100. But over time the compound effect is extraordinary. The same principle applies to every area of life. Reading 10 pages a day gives you 3,650 pages, or about 12 books a year. Walking 20 minutes daily adds up to 121 hours of physical activity annually. 5 minutes of daily gratitude reshapes your outlook in just a few months. Excellence isn't built on grand heroic gestures. It's born from humble consistency in the right direction. And here's something crucial. Mastering daily excellence isn't about perfection. You will have bad days. You'll miss workouts, lose your temper, waste time, or make poor choices. We all do. Excellence isn't the absence of mistakes, it's the presence of correction. When you get off track, don't waste energy on guilt or harsh self-criticism. Acknowledge the slip, learn from it, and realign with the very next decision. In fact, your response to failure reveals more about your character than success ever could. Remember too, that different seasons of life will shape how excellence looks for you. Each chapter brings different capacities, priorities, and challenges. Excellence looks different in each season of life. Raising young children requires a different focus than building a career, and retirement brings yet another perspective. Don't compare your beginning to someone else's middle, or your middle to someone else's end. Your only true competition is the person you were yesterday. As we wrap up, I want to leave you with a challenge. Don't just listen to these ideas and nod in agreement. Don't just take notes and set them aside. Decide right now to begin your journey of daily excellence. Start small. Pick one area we've discussed and choose a single change you can implement immediately. Maybe it's reading 15 minutes each morning. Maybe it's drinking water instead of soda. Maybe it's calling one customer each day to check in. Whatever it is, start today. Then keep building on that foundation. As one habit takes root, add another. Over time, these consistent disciplines will transform not only what you do, but who you become. And remember, the goal isn't to impress others with your dedication to excellence. The goal is to impress yourself. To look in the mirror and know you're becoming the person you were meant to be. To end the day with the quiet satisfaction of a life well lived. Right now, you carry untapped potential within you. Seeds of greatness are waiting to be cultivated through daily excellence. Don't let them lie dormant. Don't reach the end of your life wondering what could have been if you had committed to higher standards. Time will pass either way. 5 years from now, you will arrive somewhere. The question is where? Will you be essentially the same, or someone who has grown in wisdom, skill, contribution, and character? The choice is yours, and it's made daily through the power of consistent decisions. So choose excellence. Choose growth. Choose to become the person you're capable of being. I believe in you. Now it's time for you to believe in yourself. Not through empty wishes, but through the proven practice of daily excellence that turns potential into reality. Success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day. And the miracle is found in consistency, not complexity. Your life of excellence is waiting. The only question is, will you have the courage to claim it? I wish you health, happiness, and the strength to keep moving forward. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Mindset Daily.